Good evening, sir.
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
One assignment was given to you yesterday. Can you send me that assignment once? In Gmail ID.
What, sir?
Less number of students I'm seeing.
Yes, sir.
So I will revise a little bit what we have done so far in projectile motion.
Recording.
Yes, I have started recording. I think have I started or not?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. You
Started, I think. Started. So I told you that I will be taking 4 axes: vertical axis, horizontal axis, and x-axis parallel to the incline, and y-axis perpendicular to the incline. And how to take the components? Very simple trick I gave you for components, that when we want to take the component of acceleration, then just remember this diagram of mg sin theta and mg cos theta. You will not commit mistake then. Here it will become mg sin alpha and mg cos alpha because angle of incline is alpha with horizontal. Therefore, what will be the acceleration along y-axis? You can quickly say acceleration along y-axis will be, what will be acceleration along y-axis? Minus g cos alpha, right or not? G is downwards. Component in this direction will be j cos alpha. What will be component of g along the incline? What will be the component of g along the incline? Are you there or not?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
And then respond, please. What is the component of g along the incline?
G sin alpha.
G sin alpha, sir.
Minus G sin alpha.
And minus is also important because
Yes, sir,
at this
minus
side
G
positive
alpha.
x-axis, downside minus g sin alpha. Okay. What is the component of u? Sorry, component of g only first. Component of g along horizontal.
0, sir.
0. Very good. Component of g along vertical.
Minus G.
Minus g. Correct only. Component of u along x-axis.
U cos beta.
U cos beta. Component of u along horizontal.
U
U
cos
sin.
U cos
U
theta.
cos theta total. I have taken alpha plus beta as theta. Alpha is angle up to this, beta is up to that, but total becomes theta. So u cos theta we can take horizontal component. What is y component?
U sin theta.
U sin beta.
Vertical
Y
S.
component, because this is 90 minus beta. Think in terms of cos. Cos 90 minus beta will give us sin beta. So uy you said wrong. Let me warn you here. Uy is not what you said. Uy is equal to u sin beta. Remaining all I think those who are responding, they are saying right only, but everybody should be able to say in such a way. Okay. Next. What about this here? What I stated here? I stated here that time taken to go from 2 to 1, line 2 to line 1, and time taken to come from line 1 to line 2 will be equal.
Same.
Why it is equal? Because the average speed is same, perpendicular to the lines, and displacement same. So distance upon average speed will be time taken. So time taken will come out to be same. Main idea is this only. Remaining this is just a story to tell in detail why that average speed is same. I told average speed is same because if I apply the equation along y-axis, then I know when the particle goes from A to B, then the displacement along y-axis will be 0. Why? Initial position along y-axis is, if I take this as origin, A as origin, and this is our x-axis, then this is also y equal to 0 here, and this is also y equal to 0 here. So displacement along y will become 0 as the body moves from A to B. This is B point. If displacement along y is 0, then I can use the formula v square minus u square is equal to 2as, and I can get from that v along y will be equal to u along y. This is how we proved that the speed along y-axis will be same during upward journey and during downward journey. If the speeds are same, then average speed will become same. If average speed are same, average speed is same, and distance is also same, then time will become same. Okay. Next, what I explained here. Here I gave you another tip. I said that whenever we have a parabolic graph, then slope at a point plus slope at another point divided by 2 is equal to the mean slope between the points. What do you mean by mean slope? Mean slope means you connect the points directly and find out the slope of that line. This is slope of tangent at A, and this is slope of tangent at B, and this is mean slope. Mean slope. Okay. This one I said here. Tan alpha will be equal to tan alpha 1 plus tan alpha 2 by 2. How we proved it? Then I proved it, but proof is good only if you know, but I think you should first learn the things properly. What about this HUT triangle? In this HUT triangle, we remember that height along y-axis, we should not even call it height. It is just maximum distance traveled along y-axis. It is not height. Height actually means always in this side. This is the height. This is the maximum height. But this is not height actually. But okay, I am calling it equivalent to height. So it is just maximum distance along y-axis. What is the maximum distance along y-axis? Same formula will be applicable as we are applying before. Half into gy into t half square. T1 by 2 is equal to root 2 into hy upon gy. Similarly, uy will be equal to root 2 gy into hy. If any formula here you have not learned, or you are not finding it comfortable to learn, or you are thinking it is difficult, then please let me know, because this should be in your fingertips. It should be very much learned by everyone. Any one of these is given, you should be able to tell me the other. Hy is given, you should be able to tell me the time quickly and the initial velocity also quickly. Can you do that or not? Think now.
Yes, but I'm little confused in that, sir. Can you explain that, sir?
So that is what, there are 6 formulas. So you don't say I'm confused in 6. You have to tell me in which part you are confused. And yes.
Hy to t half t1 by that I did not understand, sir. Hy
See,
is equal to half g.
First of all, when I started this, then I said this case is similar. Let us focus on this part first. Let us focus on this part, and I will be converting it into text. This case is similar to the case of vertically upward projection in which velocity at the highest point used to be 0.
Yes, sir.
Let us first remember this thing. Why is this case similar? That could be the question. Why is this case similar to that case? Can you figure out why is it similar? Here I have written therefore, means I have given the reason before that only. Maximum displacement along y-axis, for sy to be maximum, dsy by dt will be 0.
That
so
will
dy
be 0, sir. Yes, sir. Yes,
same
sir.
way the
Dy
way it
will
is
be-
happening. Same way the way it is happening for the vertically upward projection.
Vertically upward, yes, sir.
In fact, if I have to write the equation, let us write the equation. From where to where? From A point to the, let us say H is the highest point. From A to H, we want to write the equation. So what will be the equation from A to H? Displacement along y will be equal to hy.
Hy,
Acceleration
sir.
along y will be equal to, what is acceleration along y? Minus
Minus g.
You are forgetting again this. Remember
Minus G
G,
cos alpha, sir.
and learn it. Means it is perpendicular to the incline. Along Y means perpendicular to incline. Perpendicular to incline means minus G cos alpha.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And
Understood.
never forget what we are interested in knowing. So what? Out of that, we are A, we know, Sy we know. Sy is Hy here. If it going up to this H point, then it will be Hy, right or not?
H1.
This
Yes,
will
sir,
be equal to the displacement along Y axis here. This will be
Yes,
equal to
sir.
displacement along Y axis. Okay.
Yes,
If you
sir.
are thinking how to find that it is displacement along Y axis, just think about the coordinates. What will be the Y coordinate of this position here? Then this will be the Y coordinate or not? Okay.
Yes, sir.
So now next, two things are done. Third thing, what is velocity Ly along Y axis at the highest point at H point?
0.
0. That also I have written now. I have told you that when we know three things, then we are ready to obtain the others.
Yes,
What
sir.
is the time? Time I am saying it is half the time of flight up to that. Why it is half the time? I have proved
Because
already.
yes, sir. Yes, sir. U by G.
Time taken to go from one line to the other line will be same as from
Same.
that line to
Yes,
back
sir.
line. So
Yes,
therefore,
sir,
if total time
understood.
is t, then this will be A to H will be half the time.
Half. Yes, sir.
Okay, this is half the time of flight.
Yes, sir.
Half the time of flight from A to B. Now it is okay.
Yes, sir. Okay.
Right. Next, in order to obtain this, what formula I can use? Sy is equal to Uy into T plus half of Ay
Half of
into T square.
T square. Yes.
No, I will prefer better than that. No, I can I write Vy T minus half Ay T square, because Vy is 0 only. That will be easier, I think.
Yes, sir.
Here I will
Yes.
prefer that one. Vy into T minus half of Ay into T square. That will give me answer very easily, because Vy is 0. So what we get then? Sy is equal
Yes,
to
sir.
Hy. Vy is just
Hy is
0.
0
And
minus
minus
half
of minus will become
Cos
Half
alpha
of
into t square by
plus
2.
half of
cos.
Gy. I am writing it as Gy. I am writing it that it will be equal to minus of Gy. So Gy I am taking as G cos alpha. Means what is the difference between Gy and Ay? Ay is the acceleration. Gy is just the magnitude of acceleration. What is Gy? Gy is just the magnitude of acceleration.
Yeah, right.
So it is becoming this now. Tell me what is the answer if you solve it. Can you solve or not?
Uy square by 2 gy.
What we wanted to obtain. Uy is not even there. How are you saying Uy square by 2gy? I can't understand really. He is asking time of time. How do we get that half time? So I wrote the equation in which we are getting t1 by 2. So t1 by 2 I am getting as, I think, 2 into hy divided by gy under the root.
Gy under the root. Yes, sir. Understood now.
Getting or not?
Yes, sir.
Same way others. Therefore, I said this is key point here. This case is similar to the case of vertically upward projection, in which the velocity at the highest point used to be 0. So obviously result cannot be different. If this case is similar to that, result will also be similar only or not?
Yes, sir.
So I have only derived which formula? Out of that, in that HUT, there are how many formulae in that? 6 set of formulae. Okay.
6 formulas are there, sir. Yes.
6 are there. But if we get one, then the other one we get at that time, at that place only. Why? If I have to write Hy also here, Hy also we are getting. Hy is equal to half
sir.
of Gy into, wait a second, I think it is not minus, it is plus here, plus Gy. Half of Gy into t1 by 2 square. The second one also I am getting from there only. One equation will give us two formulae together. What I have not obtained? I have not obtained relation between u and t half. But I think that is too easy to obtain. How to obtain that? How to
V
obtain
equal to
relation?
u plus at.
Yes, Vy is equal to Uy plus Ay into t. which I can write as minus of gy into t half, and uy is uy only, and vy is 0.
0.
So what is uy coming out to be then? That
gy
is coming
into
out
t
to
half.
be gy into t half, which I have written here. Uy is equal to gy into t half. And what will be t half? T half will be uy upon gy. Okay. This also obtained here. What is pending? What is not obtained yet? So two branches with two arms we have already obtained, right? We are left with the third one. Let us obtain that also, and then it will be over. U and H relation. How to obtain U and H relation? Vy square minus uy square is equal to 2 into ay into sy. Now put the values 2 into minus gy into sy means h y, and vy 0 and uy square is minus uy square. Minus cancelled. What is uy coming out to be? Root 2 gy into hy. So the last one also we obtained now, and everything is done. Okay.
Okay, sir.
U1 is 100% clarity now.
Yes, sir.
Because it
Understood,
should
sir.
be very
100%
clear. It should be very clear, right? And not only this point, this formula should be clear. You are still not understanding the power of this formula. By this set of formula, we can answer the questions orally also sometimes if we know proportionality. We should know that uy is proportional to root of hy. We should know time is proportional to root of hy. That proportionality should be in your mind. And the distance covered is proportional to time square. That we should be knowing. Okay, that will help us solving the problem sometimes very easily.
yes, sir.
So this is done. What I discussed here, you remember what I discussed here? I said that if I have two cases, a particle going from A to B and another particle going from A to C, but height of both of these, not height, I'm using word height, what should I call it? Maximum distance along y-axis is same for both. Then definitely, what thing will be same for both? Time of flight will be same for both. Because time of flight just depends on hy same, then half of the time of flight same. If half of the time of flight same, then total time of flight also same. One more thing will be same in both. uy value will be same.
Yes, sir.
Okay, uy value will be same. So I'm giving you two velocities. One velocity is u1, another velocity is, let us say, u2. And one is, let us say, beta 1 angle, and another is, let us say, beta 2 angle. Then I can say simply that u1 sine beta 1 should be equal to u2 sine beta 2. Why is it so? Because both are equal to root 2 gy into hy. Both are equal to that only. So indirectly I can
Yes,
say,
sir.
or I will put this here just to tell that we are mainly writing the formula of which we derived before, and because of that formula, automatically these two come out to be equal. Okay. Not only these two, what else will be equal? Time of flight will be same. Time from A to B will be also equal to time from A to C. And what that time will be? That time will also be 2 into root 2 hy divided by gy. This part you understood?
Yes, sir.
Half the time of
Yes,
flight
sir.
means half the time of flight is this. But now it is full time, from A to B full time. Then I have to multiply by 2 also. Okay. Right. Okay. This is it is only, these equations are not in general valid. These are this is valid for, no, these are in general also valid, but means if I say two projectiles, always this will not be same, but only because their heights are same here. Therefore, these are coming out to be same. Next, this one. What I was discussing here, I was trying to derive the formula for, let me write here heading, derivation of range along inclined plane. Derivation of range along the inclined plane means what, up to what distance? Range means up to what maximum distance the particle reaches. Means I have to find the distance from A to B. That is range along the inclined plane. Let us call that range along the inclined plane as Ri. But I Why I take these 4 axes? I will give you the reason for that. Because RH is easy to determine. And from RH, we can determine RI also. How? Let me tell you how. Along horizontal motion is uniform, right or not? Along horizontal, comma, here give a pause. Otherwise, it appears along horizontal motion, not like that. Along horizontal, motion is uniform. Motion. Along horizontal motion is uniform motion. Is that fine?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Okay,
sir.
let me convert it into text. Along horizontal motion is uniform motion, and this thing is U. Okay, this thing I will write separately. So U along horizontal and acceleration along horizontal will be 0. Right. Also, displacement along horizontal will then become just U along horizontal into time of flight. But what is the displacement along horizontal? I have written that as range along horizontal RH. So RH can be written as UH into T.
Yes, sir.
But what is the time of flight? We have already found before. Time of flight, you remember, in this HUT triangle. That's why I said that HUT triangle should be learnt by you. It should be learnt. So it will be 2 into UY by GY, right or not? Are you
Yes,
able to
sir.
recall this formula?
Yes, sir.
2 into UY by GY into UH. What is UY, by the way? That also should be clearly in your mind. Very quick, you should be able to tell me. What is UH? UH is U
cos of alpha plus beta.
Exactly right. Alpha plus beta. Or
Beta.
as sometimes I call it theta total. This theta is also equal to alpha plus beta only. You could have written U cos theta, no problem. Anyway, multiplied by 2. What is UY?
U sin beta.
U sin beta, very good. Everybody should be understanding why it is U sin beta. See, this is U, and along x-axis angle is made beta. So with y-axis angle will be 90 minus beta. Therefore, y side component will become cos 90 minus beta. So which will become sin beta. Right? What about the denominator part? Gy, I told you quick way to tell gy.
G cos
What is
theta.
it? G cos theta means not theta. Don't say theta. I am using for different purpose here. Angle of incline is alpha here. Here angle of incline is alpha. So G cos alpha. Here it is just G cos alpha. Do I have to put negative sign here? No. I have told you already, when we write Gy, that is just magnitude of acceleration along y-axis. If I write Ay, then I have to put with proper sign. Then it will become minus G cos alpha. But I am using this notation. Gy refers to magnitude. Okay. Then I think we are already getting the range along horizontal, but I wanted range along incline. Can you help me getting that?
Incline into cos alpha equal to RH.
Cos alpha.
Very
Ri into
nice,
cos
very
alpha
nice.
equal to
Because
RH.
it is a right angle triangle. And in right angle triangle, it is so
Yes,
easy.
sir. In a right angle triangle, it is easy to
Cos
find
alpha
out.
will be just base RH upon hypotenuse Ri. Therefore, I can also write Ri is equal to RH upon cos alpha or RH into secant alpha. So we are getting Ri is equal to, let me write RH upon cos alpha only, which we can write as 2u square taken together into sin beta into cos of alpha plus beta whole divided by G into 1 cos alpha
square
was
alpha.
already there.
Cos square
1 more
alpha.
cos alpha, cos square alpha. This is answer finally. Range along incline. Don't get confused by different derivations given in different books. Even if derivations are right only, but it is a very simple and quick way to derive. Almost we can do it orally.
Sir, you took time of flight up to there only, no, sir.
I took time of flight up to total time is not half the time, total time only.
But you took RH, no, sir. We have to take up to that time, no, sir.
We have to take up to H, means up to this, right? Understand
sir.
one thing. Understand one thing. It is striking here. After that, it cannot go because there is something here. Means imagine some road or some hill or some plane. Something is there. It strikes. It hits that. After that, how can it go there?
But how can
It
we
is some-
take RH equal to UH dt?
That I can tell you. If a particle goes here, then its component already reaches here or not? The component
sir.
of the displacement is so the time in which the particle reaches B, in that time only it covers this horizontal
Time I have
displacement.
taken to there. Yes.
It is same time in which it covers this horizontal displacement, because it is ultimately the projection of the same particle.
Time covered along x-axis is equal to time covered along y-axis, no sir.
Yes, time cannot be different in different places. No, if particle is here, then I can say at that instant it has this horizontal displacement. At that instant it has this displacement along x-axis. At that instant only it has displacement along y-axis 0. So, but for all these cases, the time will be same only, the total time of flight. Okay.
Yes, sir, understood.
Right. Very good. Then I can now maybe I can do this, highlight it, and I hope you will be able to do it very fast. Derivation, oral derivation. If you are not taking it, doing it orally, if you are taking so much time, then it means you have not understood the things. If you are able to do this derivation in 30 seconds, then I can say you have understood it. It should not take more than 30 seconds. In fact, when you are fast enough, when I have to do it, I take only that much time to derive it, the time which it takes to write the formula. In that time only we can derive also. Okay. Because see, how will I derive it? If I will derive it, I will start writing the formula directly from here. UH multiplied by 2uy by g. This I will think in my mind only that it is UH. But I will write directly UH, I will write as u cos of alpha plus beta. Then into 2uy, I will write 2uy as 2 sin beta. Upon gy, that I will write as g cos alpha. And I know this is RH. Then again, I will divide by one more cos alpha. So we can do it almost very easily. Okay. Next. What are the other ways to arrive at the range? There are other ways also. Let me take another ways. Sx is equal to ux into t plus half of ax into t square. This is one equation. And another equation is sy is equal to uy into t plus half of ay into t square. This way also we can arrive at the results. No, I think already I will assume that time of flight we have already found. What is the time of flight? 2 into uy by gy.
GY.
So here I will put the time as this, and ux value, you tell me if you have already learned it, what angle it was making with x-axis. Initial velocity was making with x-axis angle beta.
U cos beta.
So it will be, this should be in your mind only. You should have no need to see that diagram again and again. You should be quickly coming in your mind. What is gy? Is it getting into your mind directly? Not getting. You have to still see the
Minus
diagram.
A cos
Minus
Minus j cos alpha.
Minus g
yes,
cos alpha, sir.
very good. Minus g cos
cos
alpha. I should write here. Ay will be equal to minus g cos alpha. Correct. So now let us write Sx. What is displacement along x-axis? That will be range along the incline, right? Displacement
Ri.
along x-axis, Ri. Now I have to write in this equation. Let us see what we get. Ri is equal to, just write the values. Ri is equal to what?
U cos beta into
U cos beta into
2
time of
uy
flight. 2 uy means 2 u cos, not
beta.
cos.
Sir, sin beta.
2 uy by gy plus half of minus g sine. This is wrong here. Oh, no, it is right. There it is right, but I don't need ay. I need it
Uy.
ax.
Sir,
Ax is minus g sine alpha. Along x-axis it is sine alpha. So I should write it as along the incline minus sine alpha into time square means 2 uy by gy square. Now I have to just put the values of gy and uy and I will get the answer. U cos beta multiplied by 2u. What is uy by the way? U sin
That
beta.
is AY.
beta, sir.
U sin theta.
Which is ay?
GY not, sir. AY.
No, oh, sorry, it is ay, correct only. No, not ay. Why ay? Time of flight will be this only, no? When we have derived the time of flight. Okay, one more thing I can tell you. Uy is positive. G, if I take ay and I put negative sign, then time will become negative. How can time be negative? Think in that way. This is already derived in such a way so that we take magnitude wise here. It is jy only. It is taken magnitude wise now.
Okay, sir. Magnitude. Okay. Sir.
It is already magnitude wise. Okay. Because that when I have derived these relations here, then all these values here are magnitude wise. Therefore, there are no signs. Are you seeing any signs here? Why I have not written any sign here? Because all these are already magnitude wise.
Magnitude.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
So come to this place again. 2uy. Uy was u sine beta divided by gy. Gy was, I think, g cos
Minus.
alpha. No, again, magnitude. You are forgetting now only. Magnitude, please. Not minus, right? Magnitude wise, that is g cos alpha. Minus half into g sine alpha into 4. What is uy square? U square sine square beta. What is gy? Gy square. So g square
Cos square
cos
alpha.
square alpha. That is it. So we are getting finally 2u square cos beta sine beta. Cos beta sine beta upon g cos alpha minus half into 4 is 2. 1g will cancel. 1g will remain in the denominator. 1g remains and cos square alpha remains. 2u square above and sine alpha above, and I think sine square beta also above. Is it right or not?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Now, you know what is interesting? If we have not done any calculation mistake, then I'm sure that both of these answers are same.
Same.
But sometimes trigonometry is really very strange and interesting also because of this. It is challenging to prove sometimes, even if we know we are getting the answer. Here also we are getting the answer, but sometimes, let us say there are 4 options given. In one option, they are giving this as range along the incline. In another option, they are giving this as range along the incline. The person who is able to do by this method, he will take this answer. The person who is able to do by this method, he will take that answer. But nobody will be able to tell that these are same only. Can you prove that these two are same? Let me check first.
Yes, sir.
Ax is equal to minus g sin alpha. Yes, minus g sin alpha. There should not be any mistake. Otherwise, we will waste our time. It is not mistake. Right only. Right only. Right only. I think there is no mistake. So these must be same. I'm sure about it. Although proving will take some time. Now you think how to prove. Who is good at trigonometry? Anyone? Trigonometry. Expert in trigonometry. I can take sine beta common outside and g also common outside and cos alpha also
Cos
common
alpha
outside.
also common outside.
What we are left with? We are left with, I think, just cos beta inside
Cos beta
minus sine alpha
sine
beta divided by
cos
cos alpha.
alpha.
And then we can write it as 2u square sine beta divided by g cos alpha. Cos beta cos alpha
Cos of alpha plus beta.
Cos, yes, sir.
minus sine alpha
Sine
sine beta.
alpha
There's a
sine beta
formula now.
divided by cos
And this is
alpha.
a famous formula. I think everybody knows this. 2u square sine beta divided by g cos square alpha, and it is cos of alpha plus
Alpha
beta.
plus beta. Exactly.
This is range along the incline. So finally, we are getting the range along the incline, and it is still same result as before. But doesn't mean that this was not the answer. This also is the answer. After it is just trigonometric manipulation that we are writing in a different form. But this itself is a valid answer. Okay. This itself is a valid answer. Right. What else we find normally? We find time of flight. We have already found that. We find range. We have already found that. We find time taken to go to the maximum height. We have already found that. What else we find? Time with which it strikes. With what velocity will it strike? Or I can find this question. I can ask you this question. This angle is angle of throw projection is beta. Can you tell me what is the angle of what we call the other angle? This is angle of projection. I want to name the angle at which it strikes something. What should we call it? with what angle will it strike?
Delta.
Let us say it is delta. So can you determine delta value? This is velocity v, this is u. First of all, are the velocities equal or different?
Different.
Different.
Right, these are different only. Which is more, u is more or v is more?
U is more. Sir.
U, sir.
U is more, because as we go up, then kinetic energy will always decrease and its potential energy will increase. And or we can say that speed will always become less as we are going up. So this point is at a lower level and this point is B point is at a higher level. So this velocity has to be less. Which velocities are equal? Their components along y-axis are equal. I have proved already before that the components along y-axis will be equal. You remember or not? By which way I have proved it?
Yes, sir.
By
Yes.
formula vy square minus uy square is equal to 2 into ay into sy. And what is sy for this total from A to B journey? Total
Zero.
A to B
Zero.
journey is 0. Then from there I proved that vy will be equal to uy.
UI.
If these are equal, then we can get now a delta, I think, easily. Not easy. Then also it is not easy. Then also it is not easy because there are we have two unknowns. Vy is equal to uy, correct. I can get equation that v sine delta is equal to u sine beta. But
Sine beta.
unfortunately, v is also unknown and alpha is also unknown. So we are still not getting delta. How to get delta? How to get delta? Let me write the
Sir,
question.
Along x-axis.
Along x-axis, we have another equation, I think. Yes, right. I think this boy is saying
Yes, sir.
right only. Along x-axis, we have another equation.
Vx equal to ux minus g cos beta, no, sir.
V sin
We
delta
can
equal
write
to u
V-
cos beta minus
What equation you want to use? Vx is equal to ux
Ux
plus
minus g sin beta.
g sin alpha.
into time of flight. This only.
Yes, sir.
We can use this equation along y also. Will it give us something if I use it along y? I think along y, I don't know it will give us something or not. If I use vy equal to uy plus ay into t, will I get
Then you
from
will
there?
get time of flight, sir. You.
From
Along
there
you
we will get.
time of
Okay,
flight.
okay. So time of flight, let us say we already know. I'm assuming we already know time of flight. What is
Yes,
the time
sir.
of flight? 2
2
into
uy by gy.
uy by
Y by g.
gy.
Gy.
Okay, now it is magnitude wise, you know already. Ax is not magnitude wise. This time is magnitude wise, but ax I have to write with sign only.
Minus
So
a sin
minus
beta.
g
Minus g
Sin
sin
alpha.
beta.
sine-
Sin alpha.
No. This is angle
Alpha,
of
sir.
incline alpha
Alpha.
minus g sine alpha. And what is
Yes, sir.
ux?
U cos beta.
U cos beta only, because u has component along this axis with x-axis beta, cos beta. What is vx? Vx
V
already
cos
we
delta.
know. V cos
Cos
delta.
delta.
Correct. V cos delta. Okay. This is equation along x-axis.
Delta.
Delta, no,
sir.
sir.
Sorry. You are right. Delta only. V
Alpha,
cos
V sin
delta
delta.
is equal to u cos beta minus g sine
delta.
alpha into which else is delta? This also I wrote
Last
wrong. Huh?
equation. Last equation.
This must
V
be delta only.
cos.
This was delta only. Sorry, why I wrote? I don't know. Vy is equal to v sine delta equal to u sine beta. This is number one equation along y-axis. Second, we are writing along x-axis. What do we get now? 2uy. Uy means u sine beta divided by gy. Gy means
They wrote
g.
again alpha, sir.
Alpha.
Yes, sir. First, V cos delta, no, sir.
Oh, I'm really, I don't know. I am actually so
Delta.
stupid.
That is what the answer.
Delta only, and this one is cos alpha, I think, right? Cos. Now it is okay or not? This is okay only. It seems.
Correct on.
Now we get. Can you solve it a little bit and tell me result? V cos beta, V cos delta. What I need to do now? I have one equation with v sine delta, another equation with v cos delta. Then do you know that we can divide, yes, to get tan delta value. We can get tan delta value, or we can get cot delta. I think
Sir.
that will be easier. Cot delta value will be easier because this is easy if I did put it in the denominator. I will get cot delta. Right? What we get then? Equation 2
by 1.
divide by equation 1. Let us see what we get. Cot delta equals cos beta upon sin beta.
Cot beta.
Cot beta. U is cancelled already. Minus. One
2
more U
G
is
tan.
cancelled. G is also
2
also
tan
cancelled.
alpha. Yes, sir. 2 tan alpha.
2 tan alpha.
Alpha.
That only. That only. Now, I want to tell you something here. You know what is the purpose of telling all this thing? I want to tell you.
Cot B
That-
minus cot C equal to 2 cot A.
I want to tell you something here. Very important thing which you missed. But I hope next time you should remember such tricks. Very important thing I told you already, but you missed that one. Now you will understand, I think, when I will write it in a proper way. Let me write it in a proper way. I can write it as tan alpha taken one side is equal to cot beta plus cot delta divided by 2. That is tan alpha.
Minus cot alpha, sir. Delta, sir.
Yes, sir.
Cot beta?
Minus cot delta.
Cot beta minus
Cot delta by
cot
2.
delta divided by 2. Right only. That only. Now let me write it. I can actually do it very easily. No. Okay, now I see. I know students, you are very good at trigonometry. You can prove it easily. So I'm doing my own way. What would be my way to do it? This is also a way, the way it is done in the books, in many books. But I'm telling you my shortcut now. My shortcut is this. This is a parabola. We know that or not?
Yes, sir.
And I
Yes,
told you
sir.
for parabola, if I take a tangent at one point and then tangent another point, then tan of this angle plus tangent of this, I have to find first what is the tangent with the x-axis, not tan delta. Tangent with x-axis means I have to first let me take that tangent which I want to find here. What would be this angle with this side? This side angle will be, I think,
90 minus delta.
delta minus this is alpha. So delta minus alpha.
Yes, sir.
Right? Delta minus alpha. So my formula was, I told you yesterday that mean slope between 2 points is equal to slope at the first point plus slope at the second point divided by 2. Let us use that one and let us try to get delta from that. Mean slope is already in, we know, tan alpha. Why? The slope by connecting these two, what is the angle made by this with the horizontal? Alpha.
Tan alpha.
This
Yes.
is mean slope. Mean slope is equal to sum of slopes divided by 2. Sum of slopes divided by 2. Let us write now.
Any number of
That-
slopes, sir?
Not any. 2 slopes.
Only
Sum
two
of the
only,
slope-
no, sir. Yes, sir.
Only 2 only. Let me write then this way. Slope at A plus slope at B divided by 2. That is our mean
This
slope.
one yesterday you told, no, sir, this formula.
So tell me now what it will be, how to use it. Apply it, no? If I want to see whether you can apply also or not. What is application part? What is tan alpha? Tan alpha according to that formula should become.
Tan of alpha plus beta.
This is total slope is alpha plus beta, correct? Tan of alpha plus beta
Alpha plus beta.
plus. This side, be careful.
minus.
I know you will commit mistake. Yes, minus. Why minus?
Minus, sir.
Because clockwise angles are positive, but anti-clockwise angles are
Anti-clockwise, it's negative,
sorry,
sir.
anti-clockwise are positive, but
Positive,
clockwise
sir.
are
Anti-clockwise
negative.
positive.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Reverse, yes.
So minus tan delta minus
Delta minus
alpha
alpha by 2.
divided by 2. Just one
Sir, it is-
equation and we get delta. Can we get delta from here or not? Try to get delta from this and compare whether delta value which we get from this, is it matching with the delta value which we got by this lengthy method or not? It should match. It should be same
Sir, it
value
is-
finally.
Sir, it is valid for any curve or only for parabola?
Only for parabola. I told you, I gave you the reason also. You're forgetting the reason. I think that's why you're asking such questions. I
Yes,
gave
sir.
you why it happens like that, because for parabola, this is the equation. If I take derivative, then it becomes 2x plus b. Means the slope of the parabola, slope of parabola
linearly variable.
is linear in x, is linearly varying. Whichever function varies linearly, only
Slope
for
is
that
constant.
function, the slope, the mean slope comes out to be only for that case we can say mean value will be equal to the values at the sum of the values at the extreme divided by 2. Only for linearly varying functions we can say like that, mean value will be sum of the values at the ends divided by 2. Okay, for not for other cases, only for linearly varying cases.
Means y square equal to 4ax also not valid now, sir.
Y square equal to 4ax will not be valid. Then
It is
will
also
be valid.
parabola.
Then it will be valid for which case? If I take slopes with y-axis, not with x-axis,
Okay, sir.
then we have to take slopes with y-axis. Then it will be valid again. Otherwise, not valid. Okay. Right. So now tell, what is it finally? Is it matching or not? You have to compare the answers.
Matching, sir.
Matching, already compared. Seems different, but I think by little bit of trigonometry, we can get this. Okay. I'm leaving this task for you only. We will be getting answer for sure. Next. Let me take one example where there is a sudden step like this.
Sir,
So
what
this
is the
is
trajectory equation of this?
Trajectory equation will always be obtained by just taking along. Let me write. Okay, you want trajectory equation? Let me write equation of trajectory. I will not prefer to write the equation of trajectory by taking vertical axis as v. Instead of that, I will prefer vertical axis now as y. It will be otherwise unnecessarily complicated. Whenever we want to write the trajectory equation, then I will take vertical axis as y and horizontal axis as x. Then the equation will be much simpler. Why that is so, I will give you the reason for that. You know that displacement along x-axis, and this is displacement along y-axis.
Y-axis.
These displacements are just x and y coordinates, right or not?
Yes, sir.
So I can say
Yes, sir.
x is nothing but x is sx, which is equal to ux into t, and y is nothing but sy, and which is equal to uy t minus half of g into t square. Right or not?
Yes, sir.
What we mean by equation of trajectory? Equation of trajectory means
Only x and y are will be there. T will be
equation
eliminated.
of
T should be
equation
eliminated.
of, yes, t should be eliminated. Equation of path followed. So path followed equation means t should be eliminated. How to eliminate t?
T equal to x by ux.
Very
Yes.
good idea.
Yes,
T
sir.
is equal to
Substitute
x
second
by
equation.
ux. This we will take from the first equation and put in the second equation. Second equation I will prefer to write in this way: uy into t. No need to write sy. Uy into t minus half of g into t square. Put t from 1 in 2. We get y is equal to uy into x divided by ux minus half into g into x divided by ux whole square, which is further equal to x into uy divided by ux minus half of g into x square divided by ux square. Is it right or not?
Yes, sir.
That is the equation of trajectory.
Sir, for inclined projection also this will be not now, sir.
No, but for inclined projection,
It will be
this will
different.
be
now.
valid only if I take, in case of inclined projection, if I take x as horizontal axis and y as vertical axis, then this will be valid, obviously. But if my axes are different,
Acceleration is different now, sir, along x-axis.
no, but I am saying if I take inclined projectile also, but I take x axis as this and y as this, then why do I care that then my components will be along x. It
It
will
will
be 0
stop.
only. No, stopping is different thing, but trajectory will be same.
Yes, sir.
This-
Trajectory will be same.
This also will stop. No, it will not keep on moving indefinitely. It will also stop.
Yes, sir.
It will stop at the
It will
ground.
stop.
So this is
Yeah.
not a valid equation. Always, it is valid equation only for which cases? For y greater than 0. Why it is not valid for y less than 0? Because it already strikes the ground. After that, how
Strikes
can
the
it
ground
be going
and
there?
it not go down. Yes, sir.
It does not go down. So it is that part of parabola which lies only above the ground. But wait, not necessarily true. Sometimes it could be that part of parabola which may be going below y-axis also. Let me give example. This top of the building. If I take this as y-axis and this as x-axis, then this may go below our y-axis also. Below x-axis, sorry. Can it go below x-axis now? Yes, because it is thrown from above
Yes,
and
sir.
there's still space to go.
Then trajectory
This will remain same only. It doesn't change. It doesn't
same.
mean that
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
because when we derived it, where did I use the condition that where it should fall?
No, yes, sir.
I did not use any such condition. So even
Yes,
if it keeps falling through a very, very long cliff, maybe 1 kilometer's height or something, then also it remains same only. It doesn't change. Okay, it will remain same. As long as the point of projection is the origin. And x is the horizontal axis and y is the vertical axis. So when this will be
Yes.
valid, it will be valid. What are the conditions? Point of projection.
Origin. Origin.
Point of projection should be origin. Number 1. Number 2 is that x is x-axis horizontal in this for this trajectory equation it is horizontal,
Yes, sir.
and for the trajectory equation y-axis is the vertical axis. Then it will be valid whether it strikes in between at some inclined plane or etc. As long as it is still in air, the equation will be valid. After it strikes, then it is not guaranteed, obviously. Then what happens, we don't know. But this will be valid as long as it does not strike with anything. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Yes,
Right.
sir.
So now,
Sir, but mathematics is the domain is R, no, sir. For x belongs to R, no, sir. This curve equation
x belongs to real, you are saying?
as a real number.
No, x doesn't belong to real. In this case, x doesn't belong to real. In this case, x will be having different values depending upon where it strikes. If it strikes here, then x will be ending there. Okay. So x does not keep on. X is, we can say x belongs to
R.
what should I call it?
RH. Range.
I should say I think 0 to RH. That will be better.
RH. Yes, sir.
Okay. So it is valid only for this much value, 0 to RH. It will not be valid beyond RH. Then it will be different, because after it strikes, then how do we know whether it collides, bounces back, or just strikes and stays there? Then we don't know anything, no. So we can't tell what is the trajectory after that, and it
For
will be
different
something
cases,
else.
it will be different, no, sir.
For different cases after striking.
Yes, sir.
After striking, yes. After striking, it depends on the decision. Before striking.
Yes.
Before striking, this will always be valid. RH will become different. For example,
Yes,
RH
sir.
for the inclined plane RH will be different. RH for this horizontal, if it is falling on the horizontal ground, then it is different RH. Okay. That will be different RH. RH will keep on changing.
Yes.
Okay. I was taking one example here. Let me finish this one, then it will give you a better understanding, I think. This is h height. Particle is projected with velocity u, and it is going this way and then finally falling. Oops. Falling here. Let's say like this. Now you tell me, if it is u and what else is given? Theta is given. One more thing here, equation of trajectory is not yet over actually. Please, what should I do? Should I do it in more detail? This is just, I have told equation of trajectory, but not completely. When I derive equation of trajectory in my classes, usually I will derive it in 3 ways. I have just covered one part. There are 2 more derivations pending. And each is important in its own, because each has some story to tell. Each will give you new insight. So just remind me that I have to take 2 more equations, right? Can you do that? I think you are not there. Are you listening?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So I am saying that I have to take 2 more equations of trajectory. I will derive in different ways. Okay, and then I will tell you those are also important. But before that, let me take one example here. Can you tell me where will it strike? What will be the horizontal range in this case? What will be the time of flight? First, you think in terms of time of flight. If you are able to if you have mastery over time of flight, then other
U
things are
sin theta
so
by
simple.
G.
Very good. Time of flight is right only. What you said time of flight is?
To U sin theta by G.
Very wrong. Oh my God, why did I praise you? Wrong only. Just say separately time of ascent and say separately time of descent, because it is not symmetric here. It is
Yes,
not
sir, yes, sir.
2u sin theta by G.
Less than 2 sin theta by G. It is.
Yes, less than 2u sin theta by G. What is it? First, you tell me time of ascent.
U sin theta by G.
Yes, sir.
Time of ascent will be equal to 2, so not 2. Again, I'm writing
U
like
sin theta by G.
u sin theta divided by G. Correct only. Because I have used the formula uy divided by ay. That is time for ascent. It is not t1 by 2, but is it t1 by 2? No, because it is not symmetric. It is not
Yes,
t1
sir.
by 2. It is just time of ascent. What is time of descent in the same way?
Sir, first to find the
Vy
maximum
divided by
height.
ay. How to find out the time of descent? There are different ways to go. One way will be, as this boy said, that first we will find out.
Maximum height minus small h.
Yes, very good. You are also very nice.
U square
This is
sin
also
2
very
theta by
good.
G minus h.
Capital H. And what is this downward journey height? Capital H minus small h.
Minus
Then
small
what
h.
would be our answer? Then our answer will be simply, we can say for upward journey it is root 2h by G
H by G.
plus root 2 into h minus h by G. That is the total time of flight. Right or not? But point is, how do we know what is h? H we don't know, but there is a very simple way to get h.
Yes, sir, U square
H
sin
is
2 theta by G.
uy
Sin square theta
square
by
Sin square theta by
divided
square
by
sin square theta by
2
2G.
into gy. Gy is nothing but G only in this
G.
case. U square sin square theta by 2g. Once we know that, then in one step only we will be getting answer now.
Yes,
In
sir.
fact, as far as this part is concerned, for this part I could do in different ways also. Okay, whatever. But this is also very simple. You are also doing in a very nice way only. Time h is done. Time is done. What is the range now? Horizontal range. Always remember horizontal
U
range is
constitute into
very
T.
yes,
constitute
very
into
good,
capital A.
very good, very good, very good. Horizontal range is just u horizontal into time of flight, because it has no acceleration along horizontal component. This component
sir.
is zero only. So it is just uh into time of flight always in forward motion. So uh is nothing but u cos theta into if you want me to write, I will write it down, but I think it is not needed. You know how to do afterwards.
Yes, sir.
So I will just write RH is this. So mainly, how do I get T? T I get from here. And how do I get H? H I get from here. So I need this, sorry. I need this one and this one. This both I need to get the answer finally. Okay. By these two together, I will be getting the answer. Okay. Or maybe I should not say like this. I should say I should say that from here we will be getting time, and from time I will be getting
Range.
range. This. Right, so you can get it now easily, not difficult. Other way is also there, another approach. First, when I wanted to do it, I wanted to do it by another approach, but you changed my approach and I started following your approach only because this was also very nice. It is also very simple. I do it sometimes. Sometimes I prefer this way, sometimes I prefer another way also. Let me do in another way now. How will I do it? First of all, I know I will start with the range along horizontal, and I will directly write it as u along horizontal into blank. What is that blank?
T.
Blank is time of flight, and that blank I will fill up. How will I fill up that blank? I will write that blank as u along y divided by gy plus upon gy. This is time of ascent. This is time of descent. In time of descent, what I should keep? Vy.
Vy by Gy.
In time of descent, I should keep Vy, right? But I already know what will be Vy. Vy will be uy square minus 2 into g into h.
Smart.
So this is how I will do it. So this is answer also. Is it answer or not? It is answer. It is one step answer. You could do same thing in that case also, not, but this way it is we can do. That is also very simple. Your approach is also very simple. Don't get confused by the approaches. See, this was just separately time of ascent. This is separately time of descent. Time of descent, if you remember, I have written it as Vy upon. It will be Gy. Gy in this particular example, don't get confused. Gy is just G only.
G.
Gy is G only, and UH is U cos theta only, and Uy is, in this particular example, Uy is U
U sin theta.
sin theta only for this particular example. Here there is no difference between UH and UX. UH is equal to UX because I have taken x-axis as horizontal axis. So see, one step answer. Are we getting it or not? Okay. Once you started following these approaches, you will be surprised that in books you will find sometimes 2-page solution, 1-page solution in some books. Even if somebody is doing it in a very shortcut way, they will also be giving nearly half-page solution. But we can do it almost orally, one step answer. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Next. But I hope you are following. You see, sometimes I'm worried. I am only doing it. Are you also following, or you can also do it? Tell me really honestly. If anybody has any doubt, Yuan or anybody else, any doubt, especially those students, please, those who are not having much background, they should understand first. Because if they are able to understand, then everybody else also will be able to understand. So my main concern is those students who have not much background. If you are not understanding anything, please let me know. Or if there is some doubt, you can let me know again.
Sir, learning the derivation is better than learning the formula, no, sir?
Yes, learning the derivation. This is derivation also. It is not a
Understanding the
formula.
concept.
Do you think it is a formula? It is a derivation. It is a derivation only. Why is it a derivation? See, horizontal velocity into time of flight. I understood. If you are saying that you have to learn this formula, it means you are not understood the part of it. That's why it is just cramming. It is not cramming. I have not crammed anything. I know it is a horizontal velocity multiplied by time of flight, and I know I have told you one thing. That much you can learn. I think I have given you one example. That if I throw something upwards with 20 meters per second, then what height, what time it will take to go to the highest point? And it is so simple. Just 20 divided by 10, 2 seconds. Can you say this thing or not? So
Yes,
can you at least learn this thing or not? Now, if you are saying it is also learning formula, I'd say it is not learning formula according to me. It is just common sense that Uy upon Gy will be the time taken to go to the maximum height. And similarly, in the downward journey, by the same logic, Vy will be equal to nothing but Gy into t, or the time taken for downward journey will be equal to Vy upon Gy. So this is derivation. This is Vy. This is Uy. Here it is Vy divided by G. It is Uy divided by G. Now, how I wrote Vy as this? I wrote by, again, not learning formula, but by V square minus U square is equal to 2as. Or I can similarly write, V square equal to U square minus 2 into G into H, right? Why? Because I know with height it is decreasing. If it is height downwards, then it will be plus 2gh. If it is above, then it will be minus 2gh.
Yes, sir.
So we can say it is this only, right? We can write it that way. So now my advice, if you are not able to follow why we get this, then don't even use it. Then start from which fundamental formula? Start from the fundamental formula, s equal to ut plus half at square, vt minus half at square, v square minus u square is equal to 2s, etc. Start with only those formulae. These you can only use, only you should use this if you don't have to learn this. But if you are thinking that this we have derived, then only use it. But if you are thinking this we are doing directly without knowing why it is so, then please don't use it. Okay, then you should not use it. I 100% believe in this thing, that we should not cram the formulae. We should know how to derive. And if you are not knowing how to derive this, and if you are trying to just learn it, then please don't do it. It will be really wastage of your complete, means you will not gain anything from that. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Right. Next we have, let me take some example. Okay, just for sake of completion, it will be completed if I take downward also, example of downward journey. If I throw it in this way from a height with velocity u at an angle theta, and now it is going downwards. Can you tell me what will be the range now? Height is h. What would be the velocity in this case? Will it increase or will it decrease? Let me do it slowly.
Increase.
So may I know the name of that boy who is asked me this thing, that is it good to learn formula or not? What is the name of that boy?
Sai Nandu, sir.
What is the name? What is your name?
Sai Nandu, sir.
Sai Nandu. Sai Nandu, I am talking to you. Please respond. Okay. I am talking to you, and you have to just tell me. Let us say I want to derive this result. I am saying derivation. I am not saying we have to learn the formula. I want to derive it. Okay.
Yes, sir.
So let us derive it slowly, even if it takes more time, no problem. But derivation is we should know how to derive. That is very important. So Nandu, you tell me, what is the range? Is this line representing range or not? Okay.
Yes, sir.
From here to here, it is a horizontal range, right? I am writing it as RH. So let us start writing the value of SH. What is displacement along horizontal? RH, let us say. What is initial velocity along horizontal or along x? I can say it is x also. Initial velocity along x-axis. Similarly, displacement along x-axis, that is equal to u cos theta. Is it okay?
Yes, sir.
What is displacement along initial velocity along y-axis? U sin theta. That is okay?
Yes, sir.
All right. Now, what is the value of displacement along y-axis? Nandu, you have to tell only. Nobody else will tell, please. What is displacement along y-axis? What is the displacement along y-axis? Is it initial point? Is it final point? Is it the total displacement or not?
Yes, sir.
I am asking, what is the displacement along y? What do I mean by that? I mean this component. What would be that? Nandu, please, nobody else will say, only you have to say. What would be that y component?
Minus h.
Yes, very good. I appreciate. Exactly, minus h is 100% right. I was thinking, if you don't know much, you will say plus h. It is not plus h. It is going down, so it is minus h. Okay. But I hinted you, I gave you example that we have to take this. Would you be able to do it yourself also? Are you understanding why it is minus h? Means we have to take its projection. We have to take the projection of the displacement along y-axis. That will be telling us what is this y component. Okay. Right?
Yes, sir.
Now, also, what is ay? Tell me, what is ay?
Minus g.
Very good. Exactly right. So you know everything. Now I'm asking you, what is vy? Which formula you will prefer to find out vy? Tell me. If this is given and this is given, is there any formula? And uy is also given. If
V
these
square
three things are
minus u
given,
square is equal to 2as.
exactly. Let us use that. So you are saying v square minus u square is equal to 2s. If you want to do it a little fast to avoid some steps, can you write v square u square plus
Let's use it.
2ay into sy also or not? Just
Yes,
one
sir.
step
Yes,
will
sir.
be
We
less.
can write like
We can write that. So now in
U
this
square
uy will
times
be
theta.
uy square plus 2 into g into h. Why 2 into g into h? Minus minus plus.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
Now, whenever you have committed some mistake, I can also commit mistake. I may put sometimes by chance plus sign in hurry. If I do that, after this, I will never commit mistake, because once I reach here, then I know one thing for sure, that as we go down, the speed increases. If it increases, then this overall should be positive only. It cannot be negative,
Negative.
because we are going down. If we are going up, then speed should decrease. So in that case, in the last case, it was uy square minus 2gh. But in the present case, it is uy square plus 2gh. Is it okay?
Yes, sir.
So Nandu, can we now do it like this? Is it okay?
Okay, sir.
So these things are like, this is derivation only. We are deriving it, right? It is vy. Now the second thing is, what is the time of ascent and time of descent? And what is the total time of ascent plus time of descent? And that multiplied by ux, can I say will be equal to RH or not? Nandu?
Yes, sir. That's equal
Right?
to
So what is ux? Ux is u cos theta. What is time of ascent? Time of ascent is, tell me, Nandu, you will only tell, please, nobody else will say. What is time of ascent?
time of
What is the time of ascent? Time taken to go to the highest point.
Can you please say, sir?
What is the time taken to go to the highest point? Think about it. You can always have those formulae already. What is at the highest point velocity? What is the velocity at the highest point along y-axis?
0.
Can you just keep this advice in my mind, in your mind, that the always whenever there is a question of time of flight, then remember that at the highest point we have to take velocity as 0, and we have to write equation along y-axis. We have to write equation along y-axis. Can you keep it in mind?
Yes, sir.
So what will be our equation? Vy is equal to uy plus ay into time of ascent. What is vy? 0. What is uy? Uy only. What is ay?
Minus G.
Ay is minus g. What is t? Time of ascent is ta. So what is ta coming out to be? Is it coming out to be uy
by
upon
ui.
g or not? Nandu, is it uy upon g or not?
Yes, sir. You are upon G.
So I told you before also, why are you forgetting it again, that if I throw a body, let us say I'm throwing it with 50 meters per second. With what speed I'm throwing? 50. And I'm giving you angle 37 degrees. What is the vertical velocity? Nandu, what is the vertical velocity?
30, sir.
50 sine 37 is 30 meters per second. If I throw something upwards with 30 meters per second, then what time it will take to go to the highest point? After every second, its speed will keep on becoming 10 less. First 30, then 20, then 10, then 0. This happens at t equal to 1, this happens at t equal to 2, this happens at t equal to 3. So what time it takes to go to the highest point? 3 seconds. So at least learn this thing, that the time taken to go to the highest point will be uy divided by g. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Right? If you don't want to learn this also, uy divided by g, no problem. Don't learn unless you feel it from your heart. If you don't feel it from your heart, but you can feel this equation from your heart, then you start with that equation. This is a advice in general for everyone. If you don't feel this equation from your heart, but if you feel that this is direct, this is understood, so you start from here. It will take little 1 or 2 more steps, but you will be more confident. That confidence is more important. Okay. So depends on you. You decide from where you want to start, but always start from that equation where you are much comfortable.
It's better
Okay.
to start from the. It's better to start from starting, sir.
Then better to start from the starting. That's why I'm saying start from that. But also keep in mind that I also want to be comfortable in this also. Means how can we be comfortable in this? It is just thinking, visualizing while you are sleeping, while you are walking, while you are throwing some ball upwards. At that time you think that what is happening to it. Imagine if it is 20 now, then what will happen? It will take 2 seconds to rise up. If you start imagining this scenario 2 or 3 times, then this thing will be understood by you in the same way, the way you are understanding this, or maybe in better way also. This thing will be understood by you in a better way also, the way you are understanding this in a better than that. Then you will be able to do it in one step only. Okay. So, but unless you are able to understand that, then you better to start from the scratch. But because I can understand it directly also, so I will write it uy by g, and here I will write it as uy square plus 2 into g. What is vy? Vy is uy square plus 2gh under the root divided by g. That is equal to
11.
rh. Okay, now,
Okay, sir.
right? Now I know you may still not be 100% satisfied because I explained what is TA, but I did not explain what is time of descent. But I think you can apply that, you can get that time of descent in the same way. Can you get it or not?
Yes, sir. Understood, sir.
You can understand it, right? So, but it will be really nice. I want you to be able to achieve that level so that you will also tell me that, sir, now we don't need to start from this scratch. We can directly start writing this equation, and not we have, because we have learned it. We have not learned it, but we have understood it in such a way that we are able to derive it here only, and then we are able to write also. While I read this equation, I don't just write it, I derive it there. But you may start your derivation from this place, no problem in that. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Right. So now we have just 9 minutes remaining.
Sir, you will derive in brain only, no, sir? That one.
Yes, I derive it in brain only. Means I understand it is ux. No, it is ux. It is ux. It is horizontal velocity, and it is a time of flight. And time of flight I'm splitting into two parts. So I know it will be separately two parts, and one part is separately dependent on uy. Second
time of
part is
assumption
separately dependent on vy. So I will just write uy divided by g
and h.
plus vy divided by g and whole multiplied by u cos theta. If you understand it in this way, you can also do that. It is not much difficult. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Right. Next we have, let us take some other example now. Or maybe I told you, in the beginning that equation of trajectory is not yet over. Equation of
Two ways,
trajectory
still two
I
ways.
can take in two more ways. In another way, I will write now. Depends on the situation. Depends what variables are given in the question. For example, somebody may give you these variables. That a body is thrown upwards,
Y is equal to
which
x plus
is
bx square.
which is passing through origin, and it is covering the range r. So it is passing through r comma 0, and this is y and this is x. If it is given in this way, then I think it is a parabola or not.
It's a
What
roots
the
are 0, r.
Roots are 0 comma
R.
roots are 0 comma r. If roots are these, what is the equation in terms of roots?
X minus
X
0
minus
and
X
0 into
minus
X minus
0
alpha, A
into
into
x minus r into some constant
something
k
constant. Yes,
is
sir.
equal to y.
For y
Then
square.
this is the
Sir,
this is
y,
the
y.
equation of trajectory. We can say this is the equation of trajectory, but is it complete? No, not complete. Why not? Because k is also unknown. How to
Substitute
determine
on,
k?
at least 1 point, sir.
I need to give you
maximum
one
height.
more point. Yes.
Maximum.
Right. I need to give you maximum height, then you can get that also. Let me give you
R
maximum
by 2
height.
comma.
maximum
will be
height
the-
range is r by 2, sir.
It will be at r by 2, correct only. And this point will be, I think I can write h
Speed.
comma. No, not h. First I should write r by 2.
R by 2 comma.
R by 2
comma
comma
sir.
h.
H.
This will be h here. So at x
Sir, you
equal to
have given
r
H
by
also?
2, huh?
Sir,
h is
you-
given.
you have-
Assume h to be
okay.
given.
Okay.
What is given here? You have to write answer in terms of r and h. Okay, you have to write the equation of trajectory, but in what terms? In terms of r and h. X is equal to r by 2, then I am getting y is equal to
Y
h.
equal to
Let
H.
us do that. H will become then k into r by 2 minus 0 multiplied by r by 2 minus r, or I can write it as, I think,
K equal to 4h by r square.
k is actually equal to minus
Yes, sir. Minus.
4h by r square. That is k. So what is the value of y again? Put back in the same equation, in the starting equation. Then y becomes 4h by r square into r minus x multiplied by x. Another equation of trajectory, equation number 2. Equation number 2. Right? This is also equation of trajectory.
Yes, sir.
Sometimes I prefer to write it in a different way, although same thing only, but 1 minus x by r into x by r into what it will be in the first 4h is equal to y. Sometimes I write it in this way, but it is same thing only. Just
Yes,
I'm
sir.
doing one thing. I'm dividing r1 this side and r I'm dividing that side. Then it is again same equation only. I will not call it a separate equation. I will say it is also equation number 1, like equation number 2 only. Third one. What? Third equation we have, which I will start from in terms of tan theta. That will come from this only. How will I get the other equation in terms of this? I think you know that I can write uy as.
Tan theta equal to h pi r by 2.
So let me write the third equation.
Sin theta.
I am just writing from equation 1 of trajectory. From equation 1 of trajectory, which is y is equal to, what was that? Ux into, now see derivation. You are talking about derivation, right? Let us derive the equation of trajectory in one step. How to derive it in one step? First of all, you understand I have to write y is equal to ux into time minus half of g into time square. So here it is time and here it is time square. Is it right or not? But don't fill that time here. Don't fill that time. Instead of filling that time, you understand that time will be nothing but displacement along x-axis. It is, I think, y here. Uy.
Sir, uy.
That time is nothing but displacement along x-axis divided by velocity along x-axis. That time is nothing but displacement along x-axis divided by velocity along x-axis. Now, why we can write displacement upon velocity as time? Because it is uniform motion.
Along
For
horizontal uniform
For
motion.
uniform motion along horizontal, I can write displacement divided by velocity as time. So it is kind of derivation as long as things are clear in your mind that displacement along horizontal upon velocity along horizontal is time. Then you can also write this equation in one step. But if it is not clear, then take more steps. No problem in that. But finally get the answer right. Now I want to change it into u sin theta form, into
Sin
x
theta.
upon u cos theta form, minus half of
Minus
g into x square upon u square cos square theta, which will be
X tan
x
theta minus
tan
half g
theta
x square by u
minus
square cos theta.
half of g into x square by u square into secant square theta.
Secant square theta.
This is another way to write the equation. And I can write it in one more way. Let me write in that way also. That I will write by telling you something first about the parabola. One interesting result I will tell you first. This is a downward parabola. And if I take a my question from you, you answer that question, then you will be understanding things in a better way. Nandu, you will also try to answer if possible. My question is, if the particle keeps moving with initial velocity without curving with gravity, let us say somebody has switched off the gravity and the particle keeps moving with same initial velocity. In gravity, it is covering h height normally in what time? In time, half of the time of light. What height would it cover now when there is gravity is not present?
Infinite.
Hmm?
Infinite, sir.
No, it is true, it is infinite. But I actually, sorry, my question was not that. My question was what height it would cover in half of the time of flight. I want same time only. Same time,
Sir,
but gravity is switched off.
Sir, U into
H by U.
Slowly, take your time. Try to answer it correctly. Do it slowly. Question is, if gravity is switched off, then what height or what distance along y-axis would the particle cover if it keeps moving with the same constant velocity?
sir, any angle is given.
Angle is theta.
Then
E square sin square theta by 2g, sir.
U square sine square theta by 2g, that is h value. I am not asking what is the maximum height attained when gravity is present. I am asking some other question. My question is, what would be y distance covered along y-axis?
U square sin square theta by 4, sir.
My question is, what would be distance covered along y-axis in the same time?
sir, I think so. You, sir. Hello,
Yes.
U square sin square theta, sir.
sir. U into root 2. U into root 2h by g.
Okay, do one thing. I will make the things easy for you. Assume time of flight is given to you. Now answer in terms of time of flight. Now things will be very easy. You have to just find out the displacement along
Sir, root of
y-axis.
ut whole square minus u constituted into t whole square.
See, wait a second. If gravity is absent, then displacement along y-axis will be just uy into time. What it would be? U sine theta into what time it takes for half t1 by 2 or t by 2, I can say. So into t by 2. Okay. Displacement along y-axis in absence of gravity. Displacement along y-axis in absence of gravity. What that would be? That would be just equal to u sine theta into t by 2, where t is the time of flight. What is t? T is equal to 2u sine theta by g. Nandu?
Yes,
is not
sir.
there?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Please, at least that I have given you the triangle, no? Try to learn those formula at least.
Okay.
Although those formula also we can derive from sy equal to ut plus half it square, etc. But there will be a lot of wastage of time if you start deriving from that. Please learn those formula at least. Can you do that?
Yes, sir.
Take some time. Don't just memorize, but learn in such a way so that you can feel those formula. Means derive those 1 or 2 times. If you derive those formula from v equal to u plus at, etc., 1 or 2 times, then you will automatically, those will come naturally to you. Those will come naturally to you, right?
Yes, sir.
Because I will be using these again and again. So you will not understand this also, why it is 2u sine theta by g. Those who have known that it is 2uy by gy, they can tell it quickly why it is 2u sine theta by g. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Sy will be this. In presence of gravity, what is Sy? In presence of gravity, Sy is equal to h, which is equal to, I think, u square sine square theta by
2g.
By 2g. Here, if I write it, it will become u sine theta into 2u sine theta by 2g. 2 to cancels, it will become u square sine square theta by g. Right or not?
Yes, sir. 2h.
So it is becoming 2h. How much it will go? It will go 2h distance.
Double.
Double it will go. But you are not able to tell, unfortunately. You could tell it orally. How? Let me tell you how to tell orally. What is the average velocity with gravity present? Average velocity with gravity present will become uy plus 0 divided by 2, because at this point vy is 0. And what is average velocity along y-axis without gravity? Without gravity, average velocity will
U
be
sin
just
theta by
uy
2.
total. It will not change.
U
It will
sin
remain
theta.
uy only.
Yes,
So
sir.
understand, because here the speed is becoming half in gravity, therefore the distance covered along y is becoming half, because speed is becoming half. And here average speed is uy only. So its distance should become double of that. Okay. Average speed into time taken will be distance. So its distance is double. Anyway, once we keep this idea in mind, then I know this is r by 2. This is 2h. Notice 2h, but r by 2. Then what is tan theta? Tan theta is equal to
By
2h divided by r by 2. Right or not? We can prove it in multiple ways that tan theta is equal to 2h upon r by 2. By visualization, by average velocity method, by this method which I discussed here, or by just putting the values of range and height, we can prove it. I have not derived the range, although remind me, I have to derive the formula for horizontal range, which I have not derived so far. I have to still derive the formula for maximum height, which I have not derived. Okay, maximum height I think I have derived already in HUT. In HUT I have derived maximum height formula, but I have not derived for the range. Range is also very simple actually. We can get easily just ux into time of flight. Time of flight I have derived in that
U
triangle
cos theta into
HUT.
2u sin theta by g.
So we can get it so easily. Tan theta done. Why I did all this? Just so that I can write it in one more way. What I want to write it now? I want to write it as 2h divided by r by 2 into x into r minus x, which can be written as x tan theta into r minus x upon one
R.
r is also
Yes,
there.
sir,
One more r is there. One r is there upon r. This is also another way to write this formula: x tan theta into r, x tan theta into 1 minus x by
1
r.
minus x by r.
So whether you call this as third, or you call this as third, or you call it as fourth, it is your choice. But there are different ways to write it. Okay, this is also one way to write it: x tan theta into 1 minus x by r. Out of this, everything has its own thing to tell. This formula tells us one very important visualization, that how the things are happening here. It is covering 2h distance in absence of gravity. What this tells us? This tells us that method of roots, that if it is a parabola, I can just take it like a normal mathematical expression, and I can find the I can use that equation the way we write in mathematics, without worrying about what r means, what k means, and then I will finally get the values of this, and I will get the equation in terms of h and r. This, if I have written in terms of theta, then this is also is okay. This we can write. Okay, there are different ways. Time, I think, enough now. Already we have exceeded. Let us end it now.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.